Hi, yeah, we're Team 8. I'm James Aaliyah.
I'm Anne Marie.
I'm Zach Schultz.
And I'm Patrick Zide.
And we have made Bomb Ball this semester. So a little bit of background. Bowser is at it again. He has captured you and your friends, and he has locked you away in his castle. But oh no, one of his bomb ball minions is trapped in with you, so you and your friends are going to have to throw the bomb back and forth, and hopefully you're not the last one to hold it. This is based off a mini Mario Party game from Mario Parties 1 through 4. We have a little video. Hopefully it loads. So in the game, there's a little bomb ball who's trapped in with Mario and his friends, and they're just trying to be not the last person to hold the ball. So I guess it's kind of a mix off of the game Hot Potato. Yeah, so we can go back to the presentation. So yeah, my teammates will talk about the inner workings of our mechanism and a little bit more about the toy.
All right, so this is basically the exterior in pictures. We mocked pretty much the exact same bomb. This right here goes inside of it, and we got the key that turns it and goes with the timer. And then this is what it looks like after the timer goes off and the halves split open. So when it splits open, that's when the player loses. And that's a picture there.
So here you can see our inner mechanism, which is all driven off of a kitchen timer, which we've attached here in the center. And the kitchen timer has a gear that would normally drive an arm that rings the bell that makes the audible sound that you can hear. But we drove off that gear. Can you go back to that? And the yellow gear there in the picture, that is the one that the timer butts up to, and it drives the blue ring gear, which in turn drives the two green gears which open the red latches and allow the shell halves to open. There's a post, which is kind of hard to see there. Can you show them in the ball? There's two posts, and those attach to these threaded ends here, which the threaded ends were kind of an afterthought. We ran into problems when we were going to assemble it. We thought, how in the world are we going to assemble the post into the center here and then close this all inside of a sphere? So what we had to do was add these two pieces here, which they were turned on a lathe with threads, and they've got pins that keep them in the slot, and those thread into the two posts on the shell. So that's how it actually gets assembled in the end.
So here's a working CAD model of our mechanism. So this will be from the front view. You will twist the key. It activates the timer, which then, as he mentioned, activates the gear, releasing the latches. So let's go from the back view to see. Oh yeah, well it's easier to see it from the back view, the working. So yeah, let's play it. So the key twists, activating the timer. After it's done, it drives that gear, releasing the latch, and the spring will explode the ball, which kind of simulates, right? Exactly. So that's how it works. So you want to talk about the issues that we had with the working prototype?
So our actual prototype, we could not get to work. The gears get jammed. This housing that we have all the gears inside of was machined by CNC out of plastic block. We 3D printed the ball, but in machining the housing, we had some tolerance issues. The ring gear floated on some 16th inch diameter bearings in a groove in the ring, and there was too much play in that assembly, and it allowed the ring gear to get off center, and then it binds up all the gears, so we couldn't get our actual prototype to work, fortunately.
We can thread them together, and you can see the, Zach will thread this together. The ball actually does open and close, so the idea is there. We're just having some mechanical issues with it. Some of the things we really liked about the toy was it was all mechanical. There's no electronic parts in this toy. We used a very generic kitchen timer that we bought at Walmart. So we thought everything was pretty simple. We wanted to make an active game as opposed to kind of a sit-down game that children would possibly lose interest in. I mean, there are so many different variations you could use with this game. You don't have to be in just a 4-person scenario like we shown in the video. There's just a lot you could do with the toy. Unfortunately, we were not able to get it to function fully, but yeah. So I would have hoped to give you a demonstration, but we'll get this working. But any questions, I guess?
Since surprise is important in this, how do you come up with unknown but variable exploding times?
That was something we thought about from the beginning. The key in the back can be twisted anywhere between 0 and 360 degrees. So I guess it's the user's choice. If they want to have a shorter game, they don't twist the key all the way. If they want to have a longer game and kind of make it more unknown, I guess they'll just twist the key a little bit longer.
So there's the 2 pads assembled. You can press it. Now it's a closed state, and then when the latches would open, just like that.
We thought about putting confetti in there to make it a little bit more of a surprise, but I don't know. Unfortunately, we just could not get it to work.
So, did you guys do any research? I know there's you guys referenced hot potato. That's what it immediately reminded me of. So I guess there's 2 parts. 1, did you look to see if there's anything like this on the market? And then 2, in the video game you showed, it changed colors as it was getting closer and closer to exploding. Did you guys consider implementing that in your design?
Yeah, we've definitely considered the light aspect of it. We wanted to put something that kind of flashed, maybe just some LEDs on the inside of it.
As well as sound, but I mean, just the time constraints and the monetary constraints did not allow for that.
And as well as what's on the market right now, we couldn't find anything as active as this. I didn't really see anything that was like it on the market, and we wanted to have something that, kind of exploded. We thought about the confetti thing from the beginning with the lights. And we wanted to have something that was based off of a game that already exists, and we thought Mario Party is something that children nowadays play a lot, so they would recognize the toy.
So right now when your bomb goes off, it's just a little timer sound? Do you have sound with it right now?
No. There's no sound. Hear the timer gears moving, but since everything gets locked, since everything's jammed, nothing moves, so there's really nothing that happens. It just binds.
So, can you just describe how it would act if you had all the time in the world and...
Probably would redesign to something that wasn't so sensitive to tolerances. A lot of the issue, I think, came from cleaning up the SLA parts and sanding them, and then the fact that I had such a small ball bearing and the depth.
Not worrying about that. So not worrying about that, how would it work?
So we would have it would be compressed, and then we would be passing it around, throwing it back and forth. Is that kind of what you're asking? Or
No, we know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the lights, the sound, the confetti,
I personally would have liked an exploding sound because that adds to the element of surprise. I think, the turning red, more red, I think would have also been a nice aspect to have. I think confetti gets messy, personally, and kids are already messy enough. So, I think that's kind of how we feel. Any other questions?
So thank you.
Thanks so much.